How's it going, everybody? Come doing what I've been playing video here today. I figured I'd do this because I've been playing a game on the Xbox One, put a good amount of time into it so far, and I've already now put some okay time into 3 of the PS4 games, so I figured I'd just talk about what I've been playing real quick. Well, not real quick, maybe 15, 20 minutes. I'll start with the Xbox One game, and it is the Quarry. I did a pickup video on this. This is about, it's by the same people who did Until Dawn and the Dark Pictures games. The new one comes out actually soon, Dark Pictures. I'm going to get that on the Xbox One because I have the other ones on it, so I don't want to kind of mess it up. Same kind of game. A lot of people are saying this is like a successor in some ways to Until Dawn. Like I said, it has a similar kind of vibe. I mean, all the games do, but this one's cool, actually. Some of the characters, I think I talked about it a little bit. Some of the characters are a little bit annoying at first, and almost all of them are actually kind of annoying at first. It starts off with 2 people. You use 2 people. The guy from, what was he in? Santa Clarita died, and somebody else. And, they're in the part. Ted Raimi pops up there. He's a cop. He tells you end up in the woods because you see something on the road, and shit goes down. They get scared, and they're going to camp, right? This Quarry, the summer camp. They're gonna be counselors, and he's like, "Don't go there. Go there in the morning. You're gonna go to this hotel." Of course, they don't go to the hotel. Shit goes down. The one kid looks like he gets killed. The other one gets drugged by the cop, and then it flashes forward to like the end of camp, and you have everybody there, and everybody's leaving. David Arquette's like the head guy runs the camp. I forgot the one guy is Justice Smith, who was in the Pokemon movie, and he was in two of the Jurassic World movies. He was like the one that was just pretty much likable the whole time, and so was Brenda Song was another one. She was fine. The one kid was annoying, Dylan, at first, and then he became fine. Is it Emma and Josh, maybe the one kid's name is, been annoying almost the whole time. Now, my playthrough so far, Emma bit it. I went up into the treehouse, went up in this thing, and there was a thing in there. Now I'm going to spoil things here. Like, David Arquette's like, "We gotta leave. You guys have to be gone by tonight. Camp's done, you have to leave." And the guy, Josh, like, pulls a thing out of the car. So it won't start, and they have to leave in the morning because he was dating Emma. They had a fling during summer camp. And he's like, "Yo, you guys gotta stay in here at night then. You know what, fuck it. You gotta stay in the cabin, the main lodge at night." Of course they don't. They throw a fucking party, whatever they do. And Lance Henriksen, another guy, it says like hunting season. You're like, "Oh, are they bad?" And I don't necessarily think they're bad. There's like these, like, they're not necessarily werewolves. It looks like as people are turning into like these fucking weird looking things. They kind of look like werewolves, but I'm not sure if they actually are. So shit's happening. The one guy, Nick, got attacked by one. He got bit. Dylan and Ryan is the Justice Smith character, and Dylan got bit, and then he's like, "You gotta cut my hand off." You take his hand off the stuff, because he's like, this stuff, like this kind of black, like stuff is going up his arm in the veins. You can see it. So he's gonna get infected, kind of knows, and they chop his hand off. That's where I left off. I think I'm on chapter 7, maybe, or 6. It's good, you know, it's not necessarily creepy, but I like the atmosphere again in this. It's got the camp, obviously the camp atmosphere. There's a lot of cool places to explore and stuff. I've been pretty good with the button pressing. This one introduced like you gotta hold your breath, and then when like this thing goes down, or the red goes off the screen, you release it and you can escape. I don't know if they switched that up from the Dark Pictures games. I'm pretty sure at least 2 of them had this, if not all of them. You had to do the breathing thing, which could be a kind of annoying. You have to hit certain buttons at certain times so you don't like go, oh. But this one's cool though. You gotta find tarot cards in this one. I haven't seen Lynn Shay yet, but the other woman who's like the guide like these games have. I know Until Dawn had the one guy. Dark Pictures has the same person. All those. You gotta find tarot cards for her, and then after each chapter you talk to her, and if you have the tarot cards, you can see a vision of what's to come, you know. and stuff like that. Some of the other games. Acting's all solid. It looks pretty good, for sure. I've been having fun with it, honestly. I do have to get back into these. The PlayStation's kind of pushed this to the back burner a little bit, but I need to kind of throw this in. And there's that's Abby, and then Nick, Dylan, Ryan, Caitlin is Brenda's song. I think this is Josh, and that's Emma, and then there's David Arquette. I've not seen Lynn Shay. These two are in the beginning. I forget what their names were. I haven't seen her yet. David Arquette is Chris is his name. But these two hunters, like, I think they're kind of helping you. I think they're hunting the werewolf type things, but find out more. The first game I actually put in the PlayStation 4 and put some time into is Ratchet and Clank. Obviously, it looks amazing. All the Ratchet and Clanks look very good. They have a cool art style. They look really nice. This is a retelling, I guess, of the original game, which I did not spend much time with. That's the only one I think I put any time in on the PS2, and it was after it had come out, like a while after. And this coincides with the movie as well, I guess, that came out in 2016. Captain Quark's in jail in the beginning, and he's like telling the story of how things went to be. He's telling his side, kind of. But I don't know what I'm up to. I did a little mission in the beginning with Clank and Ratchet, and then they meet up because Clank's ship crashes. Nefarious is doing something, and the other guy, I forget his name. And Clank's like a defect, and he escapes. He's getting chased by this big robot, a warbot. And I end up on another planet. Now I went to this other planet to help out. What do they call them? Skid McMarks. It's the kind of stuff you get in these games. So I got my ship, and now you can kind of bounce from kind of area to area and stuff. Like I said, it looks really good. It's got the classic Ratchet and Clank gameplay. I only have the one grenade and the Omni Blaster. Is that what it is? So I don't have all the crazy Ratchet and Clank weapons yet. But it's been fun so far. It's classic gameplay in that. You got your wrench too. Is it in the Omni wrench they call it? So you're busting up things, you're collecting bolts and everything like that, the usual. I guess you get cards in this one too. And the secret areas you can go into and find stuff and shit like that. It's been really fun, and it looks fucking gorgeous. These games always look good. And it's got pretty decent humor, these games. Some of it's a bit childish, but that's to be expected. I think it's aimed more towards kids, although they can be, any fun can be had by anybody this, but some of it's legitimately funny. None of it to me has been cringeworthy so far, and even the other ones I played, but kind of some of it, just don't, whatever, and then you move on. But some of it is actually, you get some good, funny parts here. But I played this for a little bit. I helped some guy out on the one planet because our ship got hit and we crashed. When you find Clank, you escape and then you crash. So he fixed the ship, and now I can go kind of bounce around and do things, but it's been fun so far. Second one I put in, and this is the one I'm going to probably really focus my time on. I've probably already put like 5 hours into it, and it's God of War. I knew it would be good. Everybody's telling me it's great. I knew I would like it. It really is really fucking good. It looks amazing. Like I said, I'm seeing these games. I know the PS4 had a little bit more power, I think, than Xbox One, but these games look really good, though. I got, obviously, Kratos here. Atreus is this kid. And in the beginning, you're in Midgard now, I guess. That's where he, right at the end of God of War 3, like, killed a shit ton of the gods. Then a flood or something happened, and he, I guess, left after wiping out Greece, basically. He ends up there now, and he's kind of pretending to not, nobody knows I'm going to hide. And you go out hunting with your kid. I guess his wife died, her mother, what was her name? This other guy just said his name. Her name. Oh, I forget what it was. But you collect, like, at the beginning, you're chopping down a tree. That's literally the beginning of the game. You're, like, chopping down a tree, and of course he's carrying this fucking thing on his shoulder. Get in the boat, you're making, like, a funeral pyre for her. And then he tries to hunt, and he says something like, I'm not sick anymore, I don't know what he's going to play, and they're going to bring her ashes to the top of the mountain. But he's not ready yet, his son. And Kratos is a bit of a hard ass, but he's kind of a little bit of a softie. Like, I thought at first, I'm like, oh, this is gonna be like an annoying dynamic the whole game. He's gonna be bitching at the kid and shit, but it's been very well done. He's not really like that. He's stern with him and stuff, but he's like, he tries to like console him sometimes, but you can tell like he just doesn't know how. Kratos has been through a lot from the first game, right? His wife and his kid died in the first one. I think it was him that did it, right? Or no? Did it make it seem like it was him, but it was really Ares disguised as him? I forget how that went, or it might have actually been him, but he was like under his... I don't fucking know. Either he did it or Ares did it disguised as him, I think. It's been a while, especially since the first one. This actually made me I want to get the God of War 3 remaster that came out for this and play that. Because that one was fun as shit. Ascension was cool too. That was like a prequel one. I know there's a couple PSP ones as well. But it looks amazing. He's got this axe here that he used. That was his wife's axe, and she gave it to him or left it to him. And then this dude shows up because you're Midgard, so Odin's mentioned and Thor. But Kratos doesn't know a lot about this because he's coming from Greece. So that's like the different realms and shit. And this guy shows up at his house pounding on his door. Oh, I think they ended up naming him Baldur. But he's a stranger at first. You fight him for like, it felt like an eternity. He was kind of annoying. Actually, that character was kind of fucking annoying. I'm sure he'll pop up again. You eventually snap his neck, but he's like, I don't feel anything. Blah, blah, fucking usual shit these guys speak. It was a cool fight, though. You punching each other through trees and shit, and then you unleash his Spartan rage. Because he has these, like, wraps around his arms, which I think he's true. But I think the one was protecting his thing here, but he's trying to protect who he is, I think. Hide who he is. And then you have to leave because you're like, we gotta get the fuck out of here. Someone's looking for us. The guy's like, oh my, I think that Baldur, the kid said, oh, I think that was Baldur, because Kratos is like, is there a god that doesn't feel pain? He's like, oh, I think that's that, like one of Odin's kids or some shit. But I did that, and then you're starting your journey. You're fighting Draugr, like it's Elder Scrolls, and different kind of enemies, cool, classic. You can throw your axe and you hit triangle and you bring it back. There's puzzles you gotta do involving the axe. You can upgrade your axe and your armor and his Atreus, his stuff, his bow, because he'll help you out and fight. You hit square and he'll shoot arrows that will stun people. And now, as he levels up, now he jumps on guys' backs and shit. He calls him boy a lot, which is annoying. He said his actual name once or twice, but it's like boy. It's like how many times he comes. I thought it was Phantasm. Boy. It looks amazing, and the combat's classic, fun God of War combat. Now, this combat in God of War, in this one, because he only has his axe, it's a bit more, I don't want to say brutal, but it's definitely slower paced. Like, you had the arm things, whatever the hell they called them, that you're women flipping around in the other God of Wars, going nuts. This one, you're still wailing on people to light and heavy attacks, but it's a little more like, what's the word? I want to say methodical. It's a little more, like, I don't know what the word would be. It's like more, he's just a little slower, But he's still fucking shit up. You hit the R3 button, you can do the brutal kills and shit when you stun the guys. You have a shield to block. Certain enemies can't. You have to beat with your fists. The combat's fun. Like I said, you can upgrade. You come across a Bork, I think the one name. I just met his brother, and they made this axe for his wife, I guess. And you can upgrade stuff through there. Like I said, the armor and shit. You get talismans. You're finding things. You gotta do these little puzzles where these certain chests, you gotta throw your axe at these 3 things to open symbols. And sometimes there's puzzles involving how you have to do it. Type puzzles. I just upgraded my health. I got 3 apples. There's stuff for your rage meter, because you hit the certain rage meter, you hit the thing and he gets a Spartan rage, and you start beating the invulnerably beating the shit out of guys for a certain amount of time. And then there's other things you can do as well. It's been fun though as shit. Like, this is probably the one I'm gonna focus my time on for sure. To start, I've probably already put like 5 hours in. Oh yeah, I met with this witch, because I shoot a boar, and this witch is like, what are you doing? And it's like, he had symbols on him, and he's like a magical boar that came from another realm. He was a person, I forget what it was. But she lives under his massive turtle in this cave. And she's hiding from like Odin and those gods as well. Kind of hiding herself. She puts a symbol on Kratos so they can't like detect him or something. And there's other things to collect, like masks I've been collecting, and you throw your axe at these green crows, like birds, and they're like Odin's spies. And you get experience for all stuff too, so you level up and all that shit. And upgrade, you need points or whatever. And you could buy the material, you find materials that upgrade your armor and whatever. But I met her, and now I left her, and now I'm going on a boat, and it's a little more openy now. I met the world serpent in this lake, and that's the part I'm at now. I went through a bunch of little things, found in boat ramps, and then I went on to this other one to explore, and I hit this little blob thing, and this level 6 dude came out and literally one hit me. I was like, okay, I'm not going there again. I was done. I was like, okay, I'm dead. I have died a few times in this for sure. At first it was because I wasn't doing the battling properly, and then, but yeah, that guy, the stranger met Kratos. He's like, he's looking for his kid, I think, because Kratos not telling me he has a kid, because I think his kid, I think, and even the second one, right, he's like older. I think he's more godlike now, but and Kratos doesn't know about, like, he knows they're gods, but he doesn't know, like, their myths and their shit. And the witch knows Kratos is a god. He's like, I know it. But it's been cool. I got up to a part, the part I'm actually at now is, I lowered the lake because the world serpent comes out and then he goes to sleep or some shit. And the water in the lake sank because he came out. And now I met the one, I think it's Zork or Bork, and I met him, and then I got to the foothills. I met him again, and he set up his second shop. And I got to the foothills, and I met his brother, and he just did something to the axe as well. And now I'm pretty sure I'm in the foothills now. I feel like I've played for about 4 or 5 hours. But it's really fun. I've been enjoying the shit out of it. It's fucking awesome. Everybody's telling me it wasn't. I expected it to be. All the other ones I enjoyed the hell out of. So, and this one's a bit different than that. You know, it's a little more story-driven in a sense that there's more. You know, it's pretty heartfelt between these two so far. And the combat's great. It looks great. And everything. Yeah, the voice acting's really good. But yeah, it's God of War. And the last one I just got today, and it's Uncharted 4 Thieves, and I just put that one in. I'm on chapter 3. So I haven't played a ton of it, but it starts off right out of the gate. You're with your brother Sam, and you're on a boat. And it's such a change of pace from God of War, because God of War is more like, I don't know, it's different. This one, like, I'm smashing into boats and they're exploding, and I'm shooting things, but then you go overboard, and then you play as young Drake and his brother, and you're in the orphanage, and then you go out and fucking on the town, jumping, doing the classic climbing and shit of Uncharted. And then next part, I'm in a prison, and I'm fighting some guy, and then you got to do something. I guess the warden of this prison, you got brought to this prison on purpose to find a certain thing for Henry, I forget the guy's name, and the warden wants in. Your brother's in there as well, so you do that, and then the warden knows you lied to him about you be found in this tower, because the warden now wants a cut, like a bigger cut than what the other guy Rafe was giving him. And then you're trying to escape the prison, because the guy Rafe kills the warden. You're trying to escape the prison. Your brother gets shot and seemingly dies, but I'm pretty sure, right, he was in Uncharted 3, he appears again, so we know he's not dead. And now I'm underwater in chapter 3. It was the Malaysia heist or something it said, and I'm just right now underwater in scuba gear going around. But another game that looks fucking amazing. Nolan North's back as Drake, and the voice acting's very well done. Pretty good writing. The climbing and everything is still really well done. The fighting's actually really good in this game, like the fist fight, and get into fight in the jail, and then you get into another fight in the jail. And it's really visceral, and actually that's what I want to say. It's like very visceral, the combat in God of War compared to the other ones, but brutish type, you know. But the fighting in this, the fist fighting in this was really cool. Like, it's punching guys, you hit triangle and you get out of a thing, and you just, you know, it's nice. It's really good. But yeah, I've been enjoying this, but I think God of War is going to get a majority of my time for sure. But this has been fun so far. Maybe I'll play a little bit more of it before. And I assume it says here, join Drake, Sam, Elena, and Sully, so I'm sure they're all popping up again. And Chloe, too, from 3, right? Was she in 2 as well? I can't remember all the characters. And at the beginning of the game, after chapter 2, it goes into, like, the classic, kind of a different kind of version of the classic Uncharted song. And it's showing you, like, scenes on this like kind of drawing and stuff of all the things you did, like the submarine from the first one, and the plane crash from the third one, and the desert, and the train, and two and shit. So that was kind of cool. It's kind of like, oh yeah, nostalgic throwback to those games. This is a fun one too. I will absolutely play this one. And another game that just looks fucking amazing. And like I said, this game came in 2016. That's why it's like I don't need those newer systems yet. I'm playing this shit. I'm like, this looks fucking incredible. You know, I'm sure it looks a bit better on the PS5, but whatever. But yeah, that's just a come chewing what I've been playing vid of these 4 games here. And thanks for checking this out. And